John Anderson said the current version of Yes is not very good. We asked Billy Sherwood to comment on that. I'm John Beaudin from Rock History Music. It was our interview with John Anderson where he said the current Yes isn't very good. And judging from Billy Sherwood's reaction, he had heard that clip. I mean, it's the clip that was heard worldwide.
Now, I've been talking to a lot of bands that have a few original members in the last few years, as you can imagine. And, I remember talking to Pete Agnew and saying, I'm glad you're keeping Nazareth alive because I'm a big Nazareth fan. Or talking to the guy from Heap, and all that stuff. And when I talked to John Anderson, maybe just before COVID was breaking out, he had said, and I don't know if you heard this quote, but he said, I said, what do you think of Yes? You ever going to join it? And he says, well, they're not very good. And we got so much reaction from that. Not good reaction. What do you say to that? Or do you want to comment on that?
I mean, I stood next to him on stage and played with him in a band for 4 years. I don't know. What's the qualifications?
Yeah, well said.
Billy Sherwood's brand new band is called Arc of Life, the new album. The self-titled album is coming up February 12th. We can't play you clips from the album because it's not out yet. The record company did not want us to do that, and I can't say that I blame them. We'll have a feature on the brand new album, that debut album, on our sister channel, Rock History Book, when the album comes out.
Talking with Suri, and again, you're talking, in radio, we always say go where the audience is, talk to what they're talking about, and you cover a lot of subjects on this album where a lot of people are living there. Like, for instance, talking with Siri, did you break up with your phone, or are you having problems with technology? What's that? Where did that song come from?
Well, it came actually, I was on a Yes tour, and I was in the UK, and had enjoyed hospitality before I went back to my hotel. And got back there and set the alarm and asked Siri, can you set the alarm for 7:30 a.m.? And she said, yes, your alarm is set. I said, well, thank you. And she answered, no problem. And I started bantering back and forth with my phone. And at one point I kind of asked it, do you dream? And it said electric sheep, but only sometimes, which I thought was peculiar. Quote from a Vonnegut book. And then I asked it, do you love? And it said, who, me? And after that, I kind of thought, you know what, hang on a minute. And this whole song concept came to my mind right there, then and there.
Which takes me to, therefore, you open up with that line, where do we go when we dream? I don't want to jump to track 9, but it seems like an appropriate time. You seem like a pretty deep thinker. I mean, I'm listening to all this stuff, I'm going, you're not going to have small talk with this guy.
Well, I like to keep the content interesting and, things that I'm interested in, or, in this case, things John was interested as well. We both, at the time, we were raving on Ex Machina, that movie, and we started thinking about, AI and the idea that, the uncanny valley, once this thing, crosses that, wow, where does life go,
Mm-hmm.
So those concepts were lingering around, and we put them into song form,
You make it real, for instance. I saw the video. I just love the retro for me, they were retro harmonizing. I mean, there's a lot of great harmonizing on this album. What can you tell me about that song?
Well, I'm a fan of deep prog stuff that you have to break out a calculator to figure out. And I'm also a fan of simple things that also have a deep prog content to them. To me, the Police, for instance, were a progressive band, So in that regard, I thought this song could work, as a simple song, but with a really tricky sort of prog approach to the arranging, and and some really interesting type of Beach Boys kind of harmonies, if you will. And we pursued that avenue.
More from Billy Sherwood and the Arc of Life album coming up in a few days. Make sure you comment on our video, subscribe to our channel, and share our videos. I'm John Beaudin from Rock History Music.